Like a birthday of Shiva, you can say, or something. How can it be? Because he's eternal. He's all the time there. So, what demarcates today's celebration is the establishment of Shiva on this earth. In the material sense, every matter has been created with a deity, and that deity is established in that matter, as you know. So when it was thought by Adishakti that first we must establish Shiva. Without Shiva, you cannot establish him. First he is to be established, because he is the absolute. So you have to establish Shiva. And now what should we do? How to establish him? He is the God of Tamoguna. He is the cold. He is the God of all that is not active. So first of all, this earth, when it receded from the sun, which was very hot, was taken very near to the moon. The moon is the brother-in-law of Shiva. So it was taken so close to moon that the whole earth got covered with ice. And it was then gradually moved towards the sun. When it was moved towards the sun gradually, then it started melting. And the point that did not melt at all was the point where Shiva was to be established. That was predestined, that spot. And that spot is the Kailash. The ice never melts. And if you see, the whole mountain is like the face of Shiva. The eyes, the nose and everything you can see clearly jetting out. And all the year round it keeps its shape as. That is how Shiva was created. And he was placed in a witness state as the spectator of all that happens on this earth, facing towards the Kundalini of the universe, which they were going to place in India. So he is facing towards the south. He is looking at the south with both the hands like this, like a spectator watching the spectacle of the Adi Kundalini. That is how Shiva was created. So, though we say that the heart of the universe is England, still Shiva resides on top of this earth. This is the seat. Like you have got the seat of Shiva on top of your head, but he resides in your heart, in the same way Shiva belongs to this place. And he looks at the whole body from this point. So the feet are the south, this is the north, this is the east, west, and this is the east. That is how we can see the whole map of the universe or the world that is created. So now, Mr. Better,
sit down.
Don't stand up. Listen to my lecture now, don't take photographs. You must listen to my lecture attentively.
Yes.
In a meditative way, you must listen to me. You must make full use of me, isn't it? You should be meditative. Then you can hear me very clearly. You don't have to bother. You have to be meditative.
So this is south.
So you are facing towards the south as a witness. Just now, somebody told me that in the south people put their head towards the south and put their feet towards the north. I mean, imagine. The feet are put towards Shiva, who is on the north. Kailasha is in the north, isn't it? It is not in the south. So why put your feet towards the north? I mean, one must use logic. These Brahmins have told you all these stories and you are doing just the opposite. That should not be done. Sometimes I feel God save this country from Brahmins. They are everywhere now. They are our rulers, they are everywhere. And they have no idea what Brahma is. If they are real Brahmins, I am sure one day the real Brahmins will be in charge of this country. So now, when we understand that Shiva is the first thing that is established in the matter, then in us also first the Shiva is established. When the fetus takes its form, the throb in the heart is the establishment of Shiva. That is the sign that Shiva has been established. In case of people who are born with bad heart or with trouble, one has to say that Shiva is not fully established. Not that they are bad people, but they are not supposed to live for long and have to have another heart later on maybe, or that there might be some sort of a problem in their previous lives, and if they pay attention to Shiva Tattva, their heart can be cured. So the most important organ in the body is the heart. If the heart fails, you cannot remain. So the most important thing is to look after your Shiva principle, which is the earth. We are worried about every sort of mundane thing. Worried about this, worried about that. But we are not worried about our spirit. This is the biggest problems with us. If you worry about your spirit, if you pay attention to your spirit, the whole universe then vibrates with Parabrahma, which is nothing but joy. So without any attention to spirit, if you think we can enjoy life, you cannot. You cannot enjoy your life if you pay attention to other nonsensical things and you do not pay attention to your spirit. The complete silence comes into us only through spirit. If a spirit is awakened within us, this silence starts working and you feel extremely relaxed and absolutely one with yourself. There is no problem. You don't seek other things that normally people seek. You seek your own company and you want to be some time with yourself. Only thing that you seek after finding your spirit is the company of other Sahajogis who also have found the spirit. So there's a rapport established between spirit, that is in the heart. And this spirit is the universal being within us, about which I have told you, that once you become one with the spirit, you automatically become universally conscious. There are so many qualities of the Shiva Tattva, of the principle of Shiva, that I need not tell you. But today I will tell you another dimension which I have not touched so far about Shiva Tattva. The physical aspect of Shiva Tattva is that such a person is more a cold type of a person. In the sense that such a person is not a person who brings hot vibrations, but who has too much of it sometimes, not in balance, who overdoes it, develops a kind of a temperament which can be extremely cold. Could be low blood pressure with it, could be diarrhea also. Diarrhea also one can get with too much of spiritual strength. And also could be on the plump side because of the left side. Because left side is the kapha, as you call it. Kapha is the phlegm that is more. Because the left side is more, such a person is always apt to catch cold and has problems of the cold. So such a person has to protect oneself from getting into colds and things like that, and the methods to be employed are to be learned through Sahaja Yoga. But to give it a balance, the spirit itself is beyond health problems. But the left-sided person who always thinks of the spirit also can become one-sided when he has to live on this earth. He has to be a balanced person. So he has to take to another side, and that side is the activity of the spiritual growth within himself. A person who is very spiritually developed cannot exist as a Shiva Tattva on this earth. He has to exist as a balanced personality. And when he starts developing that balancing within himself, the spirit from his heart starts rising and goes on top of his head. So this is the second stage where one has to be. Here is the whole collectivity. So when you start taking your love and affection into your central nervous system, you can say, and put it on top of your head. That means as soon as you put it in your Virat, when it starts spreading through your Virata Shakti, through your collective being, then only you are a complete person. Otherwise you are a Shiva Tattva. Shiva Tattva exists whether this universe exists or not. It exists even when the whole universe is existing, even when it vanishes, it all goes into that, merges into that Shiva Tattva. So a person who has a spiritual hankering must know that to raise your Shiva above the heart level, he has to raise it gradually onto a very detached method of existing on top of the surface, where there is a complete balance. Complete balance. Many people I have seen in Sahaja Yoga are extremely loving, nice, very sweet persons. Like in Delhi, I would say people are not so harsh as in Bombay. Bombay people could be harsh, Pune people are little harsh also. But Bombay and Pune people are deep. The reason is they have balanced themselves a little. And they have gone above their heart feelings like sympathy. Don't be unkind to somebody, don't say anything harsh to somebody. Can be very, very funny also sometimes. Like yesterday I was sleeping in the place where you always sleep. Now if I was in any Bombay or Pune center, anywhere, you can't hear any voice, anywhere, nothing. Like a lion, you see. Like a tiger is in a forest, nobody will hear your voice. If there's a tiger, you can know for miles together there's a tiger somewhere. It's so sad. But if I am in Delhi, then everybody's talking. Somebody was talking about money, this, that. The whole time the jabbering was, even the Sahaja Yogis from foreign had become Delhi Sahaja. They were all talking so much, I was surprised. How did they take to this talking so much there? All were talking jagar jagar. On the contrary, if I am sleeping there, you all should have been in meditation, sitting down and doing meditation. Instead of that, everybody was busy with all the possible nonsensical topics as if they have no other chance to talk. And they were all jabbering, jab, 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 jab. I didn't know what to say and I didn't know what to explain. But this is what one has to know, that unless and until you raise your sympathetic attitude, like you tell somebody something, I have had such a problem in this business, say example, like this. I mean, what a topic, but it doesn't matter. If you start, I had a problem in this one, another one, yes, I too had, see the sympathies. I too had such a problem, these people are so bad, that happened, we had the same problem, same talk. They are all, you see, talking about things which are irrelevant to Sahaja. Even relevant to Sahaja Yoga, you should not talk when I am there. I have to make humble request to all of you that the way you people sometimes behave is not good and is not congenial to Sahaja Yoga. Even to keep your mouth open in my front is not a good thing. And I don't want to tell you in such details, but it is so many things are there that you have to learn before you raise your Shiva Tattva from your heart. You are good at pleasing people, of organizing, you are excellent, you organize very well, there are no quarrels. Sahaja Yogis in Bombay quarrel quite a lot, and even Pune Sahaja Yogis are quarrels. But I must say Pune Sahaja Yogis are very deep, and Bombay Sahaja Yogis are very deep. Individually, they have achieved something. Now they have to go further than that, is to go a little bit in the heart again. This is the second descent they have to feel more that way. Because that way they are very, very strict with people. But you see, certain amount of strictness is to be accepted. For example, if somebody is told, don't touch mother's feet, one feels very bad. But this is a very mundane sort of an understanding of the mother. If she says, don't touch my feet, that's what you are supposed to do. You have to do exactly what will please me and not what will please you. So you must change your attention for pleasing all the public. Some people say those who come first time, mother, we must not say this. You must. Certain thing you must say to them. Otherwise you will make me aprasanna. That will cause problem. But when you say to others, you need not go like Pune and Bombay people in their special Marathi language, but say it in a proper Urdu style, that people don't feel bad, but you must say it. You should not put those people on my head. Instead of that, you should tell them in such a way that people are all. So to go deeper into you, we must do also individual meditation and samuhik. I would not say all the Sahaja Yogis in Delhi are like that, but we are very good at organizing. Which our Bombay Sahaja Yogis and these Pune Sahaja Yogis must learn. They quarrel among themselves and I really get fed up. And they treat each other shabbily, that I don't like. But individually they are alright. So they become individualistic. Some people become individualistic and some people become publicist. They please the public. Now there are two extremes. What should a Sahaja Yogi do? They have to become mother addicts. They should do what your mother likes. Do you understand? Need not please the public or need not please the individual, but do what your mother will like. That's a very simple thing which Adi Shankaracharya has told you, that just keep the mother free. But nobody makes that study. Try to make the study what makes mother feel. Then you will see, I am very easily pleased. You see, as a Shiva Tattva, even if you make mistakes, twice you pull your ears, all right. But don't go too far. You see, the mistakes you commit is all right, but don't take it for granted that you can go on committing mistakes, because you will get a big rope, but you will hang yourself ultimately, isn't it? So be afraid of the rope also which is given to you. It will hang you much better otherwise. So one has to understand that you should not be addicted to public opinion or to the opinion of your own. Both things are wrong. You must behave in such a manner that it should please all the deities within me. As far as I am concerned, I don't exist. I have no existence. Really, believe me, I have no existence at all. I just is an assemblage of so many existences. Otherwise, I don't exist. I don't find myself anywhere in this body, anywhere. I don't find myself anywhere in the universe. I am nowhere. I sometimes find, what is all this? It's not mine. It's all foreign to me. But still I permeate into it, enjoy it, live with it. But I am not in it. Nowhere. So if you just try to understand what pleases your mother, you will develop your dignity because I want you to be dignified. It will develop your joy because I want you to be joyous. It will give you more capacity to achieve more vibrations within yourself, because that is what I am doing. Whatever is good for you, if you do that, it will please. So what I think is good for you, you may not think. You may have your own ideas, individualistic again, or maybe public-wise. Like I have told you that please don't arrange my program before 7 o'clock in the evening. Now you may say it won't suit our public. Doesn't matter. It doesn't suit me. That's the main point. Because I have certain timings when only I can really be very good. That time I have to give to somebody else. It's fixed. So you don't fix my timings according to yours. Morning time before 11 o'clock, no program should be fixed. Early in the morning if you fix at 5, I don't mind. I have certain timings which I have to use for some other purpose. So you have to understand that whatever suits me should be done, because that is for your good also. Because there I am most beneficial. I am just telling you my own tricks so that you take more advantage of it. But they insist on that the people who are going to the office won't be able to come. Such people should not come at all. If there is a picture at 7 o'clock, they will go at that picture or not. Then why should you make your mother so cheap that it should suit their convenience? If there are few people, it is even better for us. We'll have better accommodation in the kingdom of God. So don't make me cheap. That one should understand, not to cheapen me. Keeping the dignity of your mother, whatever is to be achieved, I agree that all the brothers and sisters must be heard, all the public must be heard, but we can't get rid of the kachras otherwise, you see. There are lots of things which are to be just thrown away. So we should not worry about the kachra part. Whatever is the best we'll have. But to have that also one should not speak harshly. Again I will say not to use harsh words. The way people get out, like that one should not talk. Change your language. You must educate yourself how to talk to people in a soft way, in a proper. That is very important for Sahaja Yoga. Because if you go on insulting, maybe you might insult some saint. So you should not do in that way. Understand it. And try to make your individual being so capable that when you go to the public, you are able to put the right perspective, right concept, the right conduct, the right behavior, and the right knowledge. Here I do not mean right rationally, right which is absolute. Shiva is the absolute. He is the giver of absolute knowledge. He knows what pleases me. The moment something will happen that will really displease me, he will shut the door. He is just watching this to please me. The moment he'll find that this is not working out, he'll stop the whole show and he'll say, shut it, finish. So though I may say the spectator is Shiva, but he is just a judge and he sees those things. So try to be alright. A nice spectacle I try to make to please Shiva so he continues to be there, and this let universe be a nice playful thing in which you rise and attain that eternal life which is promised. But one has to understand what is. Some people have a habit of just looking at me straight all the time. It's not the way to be done. Put your eyes down all the time. Just you cannot stare at me. It's stupid. Apart from stupidity, it will not please me. Will it please you if I start staring at you all the time? I don't stare at you. I try to please you by doing all kinds of things. Why don't you learn some things from me, how I try to please? You can't do all these things, of course. I know. Because somebody says, Mother, we went there, a horse was given to us, this, that. Lisa, you cannot achieve your sight for me. See? If I have a difficulty, you can't solve my difficulty. Isn't it? But I can solve it. So I can please you very easily because I have so many methods of pleasing you. So whatever methods are there, by which one should not positively displease. That's the only thing. You don't do anything special, but don't do something extraordinary just to displease. If you understand this simple thing, that don't try to do anything that will displease, you please. It is so simple. You don't have to do anything extra. Just try to be loving, affectionate, dignified, and I'll be very happy with all that. As it is, I'm overjoyed. I'm very happy. But I have to tell you what one has to achieve and how one has to go about these things. So it is necessary now for Delhi people to rise from the heart to the Sahasra. And it is necessary for Bombay and Pune people to go from heart to go from the Sahasrara to the heart. I would say Rauri people are in between. Rauri people are in between. They are very good organizers and they don't create problem for me as far as individuals are concerned. So I think Rauri is a place, perhaps maybe it is my car, that it is so good whatever it is. But we all can be like that. We all can change and inform each other and improve and educate us. All this education can come to us if we really love ourselves and care for our evolution. We don't have to bother about it much if we really care. Gradually all these things will work out and the balance can be established. Those people who talk too much should not talk so much. What I feel that when you talk too much, when you stop, you just stop. It is in between. When it is necessary, you must talk. When it is not necessary, you should not talk. So that kind of personality gradually you can develop in Sahaja Yoga. That you will develop that wisdom, how far to go, how far not to go. Not to go is the quality of Shiva. He doesn't do anything. He's just sitting down there and watching the whole show. He doesn't do anything. But still, he is the one who has to watch. If he doesn't watch, then the whole show is over. If you understand that in not doing anything, how much he is doing, see the contrast. He is doing nothing as such, but he is making everybody dance to please him. In the same way, in one shot, you have both the nature. As Sahaja Yogi, you can achieve that kind of a balanced personality. It is for your good, for your evolution, for your development. So today, all of you have a great chance of evolving individually within yourself this Shiva Tattva, which ultimately permeates into the whole. Kabira has said it in a beautiful couplet. I don't know if you people have understood. It is Mana mamata ko thira kar launga. The compassion of my heart, I will vibrate. I will bring it out. The compassion of my heart, I will vibrate and bring it out of Pancho Tattva Milaunga and put it into the 5 elements. See Kabiraj, you follow him, how great he is. People talk of Kabir Das. See, he says that take it out of the heart and put it into all the 5 elements. This is what is Sahaja. If you understand that, then you don't have to understand anything. You have got it in your heart, become the capitalist in your heart and become a communist outside. If you can achieve this balance properly, you have done it. And we can do it. We all of us put together, we will do it, we can achieve. And we can show to the world that everyone can achieve. All ordinary human beings, so-called, we can become extraordinary. So today we have to decide about ourselves that we are going to do it, we are going to be educated about it in a spiritual way, in a Sahaja way. And every moment, if you watch yourself, you can do it. And not to explain yourself, or to say, oh, this happens to me and that happens to me. That's not the point. Many people tell me like that. That's absurd. You challenge yourself, how can it happen to you? Why don't you do it? You should do it. Why can't you do it? Like that you take yourself to task and you can work it out, I'm sure, because you have got the power. I bless you all for your spiritual development and for your collectivity. Both things must be looked at. If you have spiritual development and no collectivity, it is useless. If you have collectivity and spiritual development, none, it is useless. Combine it properly. So we have to take Shiva and establish him into the Virat. This is what we have to do. And if you understand this point, your relationships with others also will be good, permanent, of a very substantial nature. And the quality of Sahaja Yogi's life will be something very, very great. May God bless you.